Y'all, post-separation abuse is real, and it cuts to the bone, and it's meant to. Unfortunately, I'm not just dealing with my ex, I'm dealing with my ex and his mother. And I have had my name run through the mud. I've had my family infiltrated. I had my what were little ones who had lived in the environment of abuse muster up the courage to go to court and to speak and to tell the truth of what they had experienced. You know what that's like to have kids that have to like muster up enough courage like an adult to face, you know, what's happened. Nothing's been done. And then you go to your son's school that he wasn't supposed to be put in to begin with. And you're told that you don't have any legal rights when you're sitting there with a piece of paper that says joint legal custody. And this small town Mississippi has listened to a person who has a documented mental illness and his mother who wants to be his wife and took hold of my house, my husband, and now my son, and listens to rumors and lies about drug use or alcohol use or being crazy. And this small town just like, you remember like the footage of like all the people chasing after, you know, the women or the outsiders or whatever with pitchforks, you know, and it kind of feels like that because like really all you want to do is get a divorce, sign the papers. What's recommended has been joint custody. I don't trust my son with this person, and surely not to God with his mother. He's come with signs of abuse. But joint custody would at least end the problems. Just to be told you don't have any rights at the school because all these little pitchfork carrying small town Mississippi people believe what's told to them. And so now you're backed into a corner, so you have to hire another attorney to sue the Amory, Mississippi School District. Post-separation abuse is real, and it's a nightmare. And you find yourself going, well, maybe I should have never left that person because this is hard. This is so hard. And more importantly, at least if I was there, I could protect my son. And you have all these receipts and all this evidence, and you can't get it before the judge because your case is constantly pushed back and constantly pushed back and constantly derailed by nonsense. And you're on your fourth attorney. I am, you know. It's excruciating. It is draining. And you know that your child is not in a good environment. You know that person has diagnosed mental illnesses. You know that person, not just from yourself, but from previous relationships, has been arrested, has been charged with assault, charged with, you know. And then here go all these little people just going along with their story. They don't even pay attention to how, why is his mom involved? Why is his mom just so pro him? And why doesn't he have a wife? And why does he have all these kids? And nobody asks normal questions. Why isn't the guardian ad litem, after being paid thousands of dollars, ever seen my son in person? And now that he's showing signs of abuse to his left eye. Plausible deniability. I had to hire an attorney to take on an assault charge. That never happened. Went ready to prove it. I gets remanded to the file, which has kept me from a good job. Like, move on with your life. You know, I don't want to see any more of your friends or your family stalking my TikTok or my YouTube or my Facebook. Block. Screenshot. I've got just all. Oh, wait a minute. And did you tell your mom that if I would move back to Amory before this recent rush of post-separation abuse, like not being able to go to my kids' school, did you happen to tell your mom or any of the people that you've got roped into this one that you had just asked me in April to move back to Amory? And you would pay for me a home? And we would have a relationship as long as your mom didn't know about it? I got them receipts too. Or does any of the people involved in this court trial know that the superintendent is an acquaintance of yours, and that I still have pictures of his bathroom we remodeled on my phone. So this is kind of like an inside job against me. I feel sorry for all the women who leave and think that it's going to be over. I feel sorry for all the women that are stalked and harassed and like Micah Miller killed. The courts are corrupt. The guardian ad litems are corrupt. I could really start naming some names. You know, how do you pay a guardian ad litem thousands of dollars and they never see your child, but they're supposed to be able to make a recommendation to the court as to which parent they believe is best? And you're clearly presenting tons of evidence over the course of years that person is abusive. And your lawyer has reached out to the school board attorney, stating case law, that you have rights, stating that the person is abusive. Nothing is done. Nothing. Nothing by the guardian ad litem. And the small town ignorant folk with their little pitchforks tell you that you don't have the right, which, don't get me wrong, it's not true, to be a part of your son's educational process. But you got to hire another attorney and you got to put them on the map, because they're just going to walk around in ignorance, just like the Bible says, blind leading the blind. Nobody stops to think, hey, I wonder if, it does say she has joint legal. I wonder if some of the stuff being said about her isn't true. I mean, I would hate to be the one to put a wedge between a child and a mother. Why does him and his mom hate her so much? Why would they do this to someone? Why is he reaching out to her family? Why does she have all those screenshots of him trying to get back with her? Yeah, nobody's asking those questions. So maybe this is in retaliation to something like that. You know, post-separation abuse, being separated from your child, and especially if your child is in the home where you were abused, where your other children are abused, and you have to sit with that, that's the hardest. Oh, it's hard to not be able to participate in your child's first day of school or meet their teacher. But try sitting with the fact that the person who has got physical custody of your child abused you and the other children and that child in your presence. Try taking that one on. And the court process is delayed. And now just to meet a teacher, you got to get another attorney. Way to go, Amory, Mississippi. Way to go, Chancery Court. Way to go, guardian ad litem. And you sit and you have to think, well, maybe if I didn't leave, at least I would be there to protect this child. It's so hard. It's so hard not just to be without your child, but it is so hard to know your child is in the hands of an abuser. And you've done proven it over and over again through documents, through court testimony, through, whether it's pictures, protection orders, and nobody cares. And then the school tells you can't even visit your son. And got to get another attorney. Got to put them on the map because they're joining the pitchfork crowd. Y'all, post-separation abuse is horrible. It is absolutely a fucking nightmare.